So, good morning, everyone. It's Peter Lumsden here, formerly of this parish, now elsewhere in Lancashire. And a brief word about this morning's event. Great that this is happening, bringing faith groups and people from family hubs together to build and create relationships. And I think briefly what I want to say is that the faith sector, part of the VCFSE, Voluntary Community Faith and Social Enterprise sector, has huge assets. We don't always appreciate how significant those are. And there's still an ignorance, I think, on the part of many partners as to what the faith sector offers. But conversely, the faith sector doesn't know always what the networks around them in the public sector and civic society are. So there's a joining up to do, a development of relationships to happen. So that's what I'm going to briefly outline this morning and then sort of repeat this plea at the end. Lancashire is quite diverse, Preston particularly diverse, all 7 major faiths present in Preston, not far from this building, this minster. You can read those. I'm not going to read words that are on the screen, but simply to reinforce the fact that the faith sector is a significant asset with facilities, locations, people, and a distinctive role, I think, the recognition of the importance of spirituality in our well-being. This is a little model that I've put together, easily remembered, showing that different levels, geographical levels in Lancashire, that along the top here, the different sectors I see as being important for partnership: health, local authority, and here the VCFSE. And down here in purple, what the faith sector contributes. You can think of what the faith sector does in terms of social action, cohesion, and spiritual well-being, a unique contribution. And then in Preston, as I said, lots of churches. Preston, Priest Town, lots of churches, but other faiths as well. The oldest mosque in Preston, Jamia Mosque here, and the newest one down at the bottom left, the Fulwood Mosque, the Buddhist Centre, Gujarat Hindu Centre, 2 Gurdwaras as well. Not room to show everything on here. So lots of faith locations, and this is what the faith sector does. This is not just unique to Christianity, but all the faiths have this outreach, this social action, this care, this compassion as part of their very being. And this fits with the ideas of the health sector in Lancashire, which sees a journey through life. And much of what the faith sector provides by way of social provision fits with this, supports this, contributes to this. I think I read a statistic that 70% of small children who attend a toddler group that is in a place of worship. And there's some specific examples here. St. Lawrence in Chorley, Father Neil there. All of our districts have examples. Church on the Street in Burnley, connecting with Burnley East Primary Care Network. Here in Preston, I could list dozens of places and their outreach. I've just picked out the Gujarat Hindu Centre there. So that's the faith sector, if you like. And what about the partners? And I've deliberately put in a picture of a jigsaw here because I think there are lots and lots of pieces of the jigsaw that make up the landscape of society, but nobody knows what all the pieces are. And too many cases, the pieces aren't actually fitted together. So very briefly, the ICB, the Integrated Care Board, replacing the clinical commissioning groups, covers Lancashire and South Cumbria, and that's the map that's been created representing health areas designed to align with the local authority so that joint working is made easier. But the real action happens at place, and place-based partnerships down in the bottom right there. This is one place where the voluntary community faith sector can engage and be more involved than it is at the moment. So that's health as a partner, and then the local authority, and what we're meeting about today, in particular family hub networks, one in each of the 12 districts. A grid there showing the services and the support that are provided either in a geographical location or in a dispersed area around in that district, but where people can be signposted to. And some of these deliveries will be voluntary sector groups, will be faith-based groups delivering that service. And just highlighting there that important people in these, the Family Hub networks, are the integrated service managers, and Tim Gross for Preston has been instrumental, along with Sakthi and others, in pulling today's gathering together. So a good point of contact to build partnership. Talk to Tim. And then the voluntary sector, hugely diverse, hugely dispersed, ranging in size, but there is an alliance, the Voluntary Community VCFSE Alliance, and there's also a Lancashire Association of Councils for Voluntary Service. So find out and become involved in your VCFSE. And then a word on where we as part of the faith sector can be represented, can make an input in terms of structure. So going back to my Rubik's Cube model and the 3 levels, at the top here, neighborhoods. And this is where Family Hub networks, I think, are a really good location for engagement. They are holding monthly meetings, monthly partnership meetings. And the thing with the family hubs and the local authority is that their remit goes beyond that of the ICB, is obviously concerned mainly with health. Family hub networks, the local authority remit is much wider than that. All of health and well-being, all of community support. So family hub networks and the monthly meetings that are happening, I think, are going to be a very good place for engagement and networking. Higher up, place-based partnerships, there's opportunities there. And then right at the top, down bottom right here, Lancashire Alliance, I'm representing faith networks on that. So I am another point of contact, I guess. Down at the bottom here, talk with your primary care network team. There are 4 in Preston, and with your family hub staff. They are here today. And to conclude, a bit of a SWOT analysis to reinforce some of the points I've made. Strengths is lots of provision. within the faith sector. Facilities, working from babes and toddlers up to dying and bereavement, and a strong motivation to do that. But as I said at the beginning, a weakness, there's an ignorance about the wider networks and partners. If someone came into a faith setting needing some special advice or support, could we signpost them to that support? The faith sector, we in the faith sector need to be more informed and about what is available in our locality, and be able to signpost and guide people to that. And conversely, our public sector partners need to know more about what's happening within our faith settings. So it works both ways. And I hope today is an opportunity for people to reach out, make those connections, start to build that knowledge going both ways, and crucially, to build relationships, because strong relationships of trust are crucial to any success of any venture. So I wish you well today, and look forward to hearing how this has gone. Maybe it's something that can be replicated elsewhere in our county. Thanks very much.